Hello everyone. This video will go over the importance of persuasive writing and why this course will matter to you as a media professional. This is Ron Marshall. He is a researcher as well as a public relations and advertising professional. And Ron had this really good idea a couple of years ago. He wanted to see how many advertisements he came across in one day. And when Ron started this experiment, he decided that he would look around him every day and count the number of advertisements he saw, whether that was through media or in person, to just try to get a head count of how many advertisements we see in a day. Well, Ron had to stop his experiment because by breakfast on day one, he had already counted 371 ads. This tells you how important persuasion and advertising are within our world. Kids are exposed to over 40,000 commercials a year, which research has shown affects their development. In 2007, adults were seeing 5,000 ads per day, and that was many years ago. That's 13 years ago. There are no good estimates right now on how many ads we're really seeing because almost every blank space, whether on social media, on a website, on the television that you're watching, a lot of it is covered in ads. And yet, for the sake of sanity, the human brain learns to ignore advertisements. It doesn't mean that we're not affected by the advertisements we see because they still have subconscious impact on us, but we tend to ignore ads and forget that they're there, which as a media professional makes it hard to stand out among the noise. There are all types of new forms of media. We started out with the printing press, which led to the penny press and the newspaper. Then we had the rise of radio, and now TV and broadcast and cable formats. We're currently in the digital era of being able to access endless amount of information on the web and social media. And now we're even moving into newer forms of emerging technology and media through virtual reality, 360 experiences, and beyond. And so there's lots of opportunities as a media writer to get involved in many, many types of media. The great part about media and technology is that although the means change, the fundamental skills always remain the same. So my hope is that by building a foundation of great writing skills and the ability to capture attention, gathering and summarizing information, being able to be a storyteller and persuade people, by giving you these fundamental skills, you will be able to adapt to any new technology that comes along during your career as a media professional. Technology provides different ways for us to gather, organize, present, and distribute information efficiently. So as these new technologies develop, we shouldn't be scared of them. We should take them in as new opportunities to do what we do, to be professional writers. It's also important for us to gain this perspective as media writers because we are not only producers of media, but we are also consumers of media. We're in the age of misinformation, and therefore it's important for us to recognize and critique media, not just be passive consumers of what we see around us. This requires us to gain media literacy, the ability to judge media for its purposes, production, and meaning. And the better able that we are to judge media in these ways, the less likely that we will succumb to undue media influence. So now that you know why it's important to understand persuasive writing and professional writing habits, I want you to read chapter 1. Do this in your textbook. If you're having problems getting your textbook, I've provided a chapter on Canvas. However, it has watermarks and can be somewhat difficult to read. So I encourage you using your textbook if at all possible. Then I want you to take the Media Writer's Self-Perception Scale, which is also in the appendix of your textbook, or I've uploaded a watermarked copy. Upload your results by Thursday. so that I can get a better understanding of where you are as a media writer right now. Finally, make sure that you're keeping up with current events because your first current events quiz is going to be on Thursday. That will release on the day of the current events quiz, so it will not be available until Thursday morning. And it will cover any events that have happened in the past week.